Hey YouTubers, I got a little bit of an update for you guys. So we went and got the good used crank from Scott Lambeth down in Sarcoxy, Missouri. Here's the good crank. It's in great shape. I mean, I had to wipe her down and spray some oil on her and all that, but you know, they're not scored or grooved or anything like that. So this is a 2-cylinder crank. He threw in the main bearings with it. He said we're good. I honestly think my bearings may be a little better than his. These still have a lot of meat on them and they're fairly smooth. They've got a little bit of a scoring on them, like a couple of mine did from being ran dry. But I still think mine are smoother than those, so I may just reuse mine. Found out that my clutch driver, the one on top there, the original one, is good. I mean, it's the driver itself isn't wore. The teeth on the old crank was wore because I test fitted that onto here and it's a good tight fit. After I get everything put back together, because as you see I don't have that happening yet, I'm going to put the good used driver on. That one, he said that the clutch that came out of was like a rust ball. So it looks a little more beaten up, but it's still a good driver. So I'll test fit both, and whichever one fits best, that's what I'll use, and I'll put the other one up for a spare. Other than that, today I've just been doing some cleanup around here. This isn't my house, this is my brother's house, because he's the one that gave this to me. So he's letting me work on it in here, which he'll never know how much I greatly appreciate. I've got a shop vac here. I've been just kind of vacuuming up some of the junk around here. This pan down here was full of stuff I vacuumed up. All on the top here was, you know, had a lot of junk on it, so I vacuumed all it up. Been scraping some of the sludge out. It's a little better than it was. I've just been scraping it and, you know, getting it down into there. I'm still gonna have to wash it out with diesel, but that's okay. Not really a whole lot going on other than, you know, I was just organizing parts. This is his workbench, so I cleaned it up. I say cleaned up, but I got his stuff moved over and his tools picked up, so I have my own tools, and just getting my parts laid out here so I know kind of what's what, so I don't lose anything. But yeah, there's crank, there's mine, that's the flywheel side. That's just a good used head. The guy we got this from threw in. A couple bearings I'm going to have to replace on this. The bearing back here is going to have to get replaced. As a matter of fact, the old one is hiding somewhere. There it is. Here's the old one. So it's shot to hell. And then the cover bearing, the one that goes in the first reduction gear cover, has to get replaced, and that's what's replaced of the inner race on it, or what's replaced, that's what's left of it. Both brakes really need rebuilt. I don't know what I'm going to do that yet. And then Brian gave me a set of shutters for it. There's the asshole that gave this to me. Say thank you, or you're welcome, or whatever you say. He's ignoring me. He's camera shy. And I don't really care for it, truth be told, a drawbar assembly. Wrong drawbar. I was just wanting the drawbar to fit on this, but he gave me that whole assembly, and he's going to pull off a good drawbar for me, which is all I was really looking for. But, I mean, I'll have a couple spare parts at least. The shutters are stuck and they're a little warped. But I do plan on getting those working. Like I said in my previous video, you know, this is an all-fuel wartime bee. So I'd like it to be complete like one. And I found out, even though this thing's on rubber, and you know, as old as these are, they can always be switched around. I'm putting it back on rear steel. Nose is dripping. Anyways, I can't get it to go into 5th or 6th, so you know what that tells me? That tells me it's been locked out. And that tells me this is an original steel tractor. Because it'll go into 2 and 4 just fine. Yeah, it's 2 and 4. And then 1 and 3. Well, obviously I've turned that a little bit. But no matter how hard I try, I cannot get it up into there. So yeah, but correct hydraulics. My goal right now, need to clean that up, is I need to finish washing that out, get a couple gaskets ordered, and then start putting it together. Clutch is going to have to get new clutch friction discs because the ones here are shot. Well, there's another one somewhere around here. Anyways, so you can't tell there. Well, yeah, you can. It's a little wore, a little thin. We can definitely do better. And since I'm already in here going to get a new crank, I say new, but you know what I mean. I might as well put in good clutch discs. I'm going to have to take the bearing out of the center in there. And that might be another one I have to replace. Because it seems pretty dry and rough. So it's been neglected. And I don't know what I'm going to do about this exhaust yet. I'm kind of doing this on a budget. Yeah, she's a little rusty. Kind of doing this on a budget. Basically just whatever I have left for my GM. But my GM is going to take a while. I understand, so I'd rather put it into a good hand start tractor and have something to play with. That's easy to haul. But my exhaust, I'm thinking about, I need to cut that bottom bolt off. I may run this as is, except what I need to do is someone's welded that to that. I need to just cut it off, pull that off. Brian still has my old straight pipe from the 51B I traded him. So I will, well, hopefully just put that on and call it good for now. So there's that wheel down there I took off. So yeah, that's really all I've got going on right now. Be excited to get this thing put back together. So if you like what you see, please like and subscribe. That'd be great. I don't make any money off of this. I just like helping people, and it's always cool to know that I'm reaching people. So thank you for watching.